Hey guys, it's old Man Foilboarder. So I've watched a lot of videos in my quest here to learn foilboarding, and got a lot of great information. But a couple things that I've figured out for myself that I thought I would pass along, and I'm not really seeing in a lot of the videos. And that's 2 points. One, getting up on the foil board on your weak side. We've all got a strong side and a weak side, and for me, I'm regular, so strong side is left foot forward and weak side is right foot forward. So what I would find myself doing during my learning process, which is still ongoing, is I'd be able to get up on the strong side, left foot forward, but almost immediately get onto a plane, get onto the foil, feel quite comfortable, and jump off the board, fall in, turn around, come back on my weak side, and just never really felt like I had the balance, felt like my feet were in the wrong position, felt completely out of control. And so this was pretty frustrating for me. And so I tried something. I had heard quite a bit of discussion in the training about, as you learn, work on keeping the board down, keep the nose down, keep that front foot pressure. Well, I thought I was kind of past that stage, so what's that really doing for me? But I started thinking about it, and what I realized was I was getting up on my strong side, and I was able to shift my feet around and kind of make some adjustments while I was on the foil, and I was perfectly comfortable with that. But on my weak side, right foot forward, if I came up quickly and then tried to make those adjustments, usually it was just a mess. So I started going, well, how about let's just kind of go back to the basics and keep the nose down, get the feet adjusted, be able to ride in that position for a while with the nose down, and then and only then, when I felt like the balance was right, I was feeling comfortable, then I go ahead and apply some rear foot pressure and allow the nose to come up. That did two things. One, I was in a much better position when I came up in the air. My balance was better. I felt a lot more comfortable. And two, it's really frustrating, of course, to go out on one tack and then realize you've got to come back on your weak side and just flail. So even if I wasn't getting on the foil, at least it gave me a level of comfort to get back and enjoy my session. So that's my number one tip right there. Another thing that I also realized was happening was sometimes I get a little frustrated. I want to get up onto the board really quick, and I'd be diving my kite, and I know this happens to all of us, but you get pitched over the front. You go flying over the front of the board, and obviously that's a frustrating situation as well. And in my last few sessions, I focused a bit more on doing kind of a half dive, so taking that kite at 12 o'clock, diving it down and doing a kind of a half stroke, and then coming back up. And what that would do is put some nice pressure on the board, kind of get me set. Wouldn't be enough to obviously throw me over the front, and I would do a second dive. So it was kind of like two half dives, and that would kind of get me up and going, severely reduce the likelihood that I was going to get pitched over the front, and just felt like a much more comfortable situation. So, who am I? I'm a guy who's been kiting for a long time, but I've only been foiling for a little while, and the number of sessions that I've have is kind of minimal because I'm constantly looking for the wind, and it's just not been working, or work's getting in the way and so forth. So, I'm a beginner when it comes to foiling. I've been kiting since early 2000s, so I've been doing this for a really long time. But one of the things I found out is sometimes it's good to learn from somebody that's in that same position as you are, somebody that's going through it. It's great listening to the pros. They've got lots of great advice, but sometimes that beginning stage is so far in the rearview mirror, they don't even really remember it. They don't remember the little intricacies of feeling a little out of balance and how to handle it. So I just kind of wanted to throw that out there for you. If it helps somebody, awesome. You know, it's something I'm applying now every time I go out, and you know, I've definitely had some breakthrough sessions. Last time I went out was the first time I went out and felt comfortable on my weak side and was getting in, you know, tacks that were equally as long as my strong side. So for me, it was working. So hope it works for you. Thanks. See you next time.